Good evening, students, teachers, and parents, and everyone else in attendance today. Welcome to the 2023 Calloway County High School graduation. Today is a culmination of a journey that for many of us, including me, began at Calloway County Preschool. From that time to now, we have elected 3 different governors, elected 3 different presidents, and our high school has had 5 different principals. Some things have not changed though. The Senators, Kentucky elects, or Callaway beating Murray in academic team competitions. Our class's high school experience has certainly been interesting. I don't think I need to elaborate on that. But looking back, I still remember at the end of our 8th grade year when the then seniors told us it would fly by. These past 4 years feel like all one blur while the memories are never ending. Now, here we are. Today is also an important reminder of the importance of public education. The school district has brought together people from different cultural, social, and economic backgrounds. In the words of the great reformer, Horace Mann, public education is a cornerstone of our community and our democracy. Thank you to all the parents and family members who helped us get here today. Thank you to all the staff at CCHS for these incredible 4 years, especially Mr. Smith, who has helped make the school year easily the most memorable and successful of those 4 years. Thank you, and go Lakers.
We were tasked with reminiscing about memories that we have from all of our years in school. To start, I might as well begin in elementary school. Some of you might remember those cold reads we had to do to learn phonics. If you don't know, basically a cold read is where you read a paper you've never seen before to see if you know how to read. That's what we're doing right now.
Skipping past the awkward middle school years, we open our high school experience with 220 stupid freshmen and devious licks. Trash cans in the ceiling, bathrooms without stall doors, and sinks on the floor. You name it, we did it. We gave our teachers even more of a reason to be thankful we are graduating today. Our only other goals were to find a seat in the cafeteria and to not fail math.
And as if school itself wasn't enough, some of us buried ourselves in extracurriculars. There are sports, academic teams, speech, FFA, FBLA, maybe chess, and even NHS this year. On a side note, this year has been one of my favorites by far. Bringing Mr. Smith in as our principal has also brought in some fun new activities. Red zones were a neat way to compete against teachers in other grades, and I know the seniors won basically everything since we are the best.
Speaking of the best, my favorite substitute, Mr. Norsworthy, deserves some recognition. This man inspired dress-up days with his lawn chair and a handshake with the entire school. Not only did we love not having to do any actual work, but he really didn't care what we did, except when someone broke blinds in Miss Fritchie's room. So we end this journey through high school with 196 stupid seniors. Not much has changed, but hopefully enough so that we can survive the real world.
I'm going to finish us off with a quote that I held near and dear to my heart. Albert Hubbard said it best: "Don't take life too seriously. No one makes it out alive." Thank you.
One member of our class has finished her high school career with the honor of being a salutatorian. I'm honored to introduce to you the salutatorian of the Calloway County High School class of 2023, Miss Haley Dawson. Haley is the daughter of Brenda Washer. She was a member of the Laker archery team. Haley served as an officer for the HOSA organization. After graduation, Haley plans to attend Western Kentucky University and major in nursing.
"11 members of our class have finished their high school career with the honor of being valedictorian. I am honored to introduce to you the valedictorians of the Calloway County High School class of 2023. Miss Inas Abu Al-Haja. Inas is the daughter of Adnan Abu Al-Haja and Rasha Khalil. She was a member and competitor of FBLA. Inas was a Leadership Tomorrow alumnus. After graduation, Inas plans to attend Oregon State University and major in chemistry. Miss Emma Boyke. Emma is the daughter of Chad and Amy Boyke. She was a member of FBLA. Emma was a participant of the Governor's School for the Arts program. After graduation, Emma plans to attend Western Kentucky University and major in graphic design and minor in marketing. Mr. Ethan Kane. Ethan is the son of Scott and Wendy Kane. He was a member of the Laker academic team. Ethan was a participant of the Governor's Scholars Program. After graduation, Ethan plans to attend the University of Kentucky and major in biomedical engineering and on a pre-med track. Ms. Sophie Henley. Sophie is the daughter of Rich and Melinda Henley. She was a 3-time national qualifier for FBLA. Sophie is an alumnus of Leadership Tomorrow. After graduation, Sophie will attend Harding University. Mr. Isaac Martin. Isaac is the son of Jared and Sarah Martin. He was a captain of the Laker academic team. Isaac served as the president of FFA. After graduation, Isaac will attend Murray State University and major in chemistry. Ms. Kerrigan McManus. Kerrigan is the daughter of Chris and Leslie McManus. She was a member of the first robotics team. Kerrigan was a level 9 competitive gymnast. After graduation, Kerrigan will attend Murray State University and major in mechanical engineering. Miss Ginny McCulchick. Ginny is the daughter of David and Stacy McCulchick. She served as the FFA Sentinel. Ginny was a Governor's Scholar Program participant. After graduation, Ginny will attend Murray State University and major in social work. Miss Sydney Neighbor. Sydney is the daughter of Casey and Jessica Neighbor. She was a state qualifier multiple times for the Laker track team. Sydney was a participant in the Governor's Scholar Program. After graduation, Sydney will attend Murray State University and major in biology pre-med. Miss Hannah Nix. Hannah is the daughter of John and Melanie Nix. She was a Laker band member. Hannah was a participant in the Governor's School for the Arts. After graduation, Hannah will attend Murray State University and major in music education. Mr. Cesar Vieta. Cesar is the son of Javier and Carolina Vieta. He was the first place winner in the U.S. history at the Murray State History Day competition 3 years in a row. Cesar was a participant in the Governor's Scholar Program. After graduation, Cesar will attend Murray State University and major in economics. Miss Elnora Wisman. Elnora is the daughter of Jonathan and Amy Wisman. She served as the vice president of the class of 2023. Elnora is the recipient of the Bellarmine Fellows Scholarship. After graduation, Elnora will attend Bellarmine University and double major in international studies and political science. Our first valedictory address will be delivered by Inas Abu Al-Haja.
Wow. In the wise words of Paul Rudd, look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. Well, class of 2023, we made it. We're graduating, just like that one thing from Kanye West's album. If I had to explain our school experience in a nutshell, I would say it was like a box of chocolates, covered in either caramel or asbestos. You never knew if you were going to get a happy moment or mesothelioma. The things I've experienced have been insane, to put it lightly. All those bathroom tears and freshman hallway fights have led to this very moment. Our eternal teenage struggles have finally paid off. No, I'm just joking. But I was being serious about all the fun times that I've had all these years. The memory of my dear friend accidentally inhaling a questionable amount of toxic butane twice is permanently burnt into my brain, in his I assume, but in a different way. I'm looking at you, Connor P. All the poor people who have fell down the bleachers in front of everyone deserve some sort of compensation, and I'm not saying this because I was one of them. And just when you thought we were free of awkward hallway encounters, hallways still exist out of high school, and they will probably never stop existing. Most of my personal memories were made with my close friends, and I'm sure your memories were too. I want to thank all my friends for being there with me every single step of the way. We have really and truly seen it all. I would also like to thank the teachers who have changed my life and influenced me. To the ones who have gone out of their ways to fight for their students and prepare them for what they would see out of high school, your kindness did not go unnoticed, and you will never be forgotten by our class. It's easy to constantly reminisce about what we had, but we must try to take in what we have now. Sometimes it's hard to live today because we're always thinking about tomorrow, and when tomorrow comes, there will only be another tomorrow to replace it. We get drowned in our anticipations that we forget to take a step back and appreciate what we have in this moment. Remember that in our future, we should never run away from who we used to be. Everything that has happened to us happened to teach us something. We all have different paths in life, and we must use what we have learned to go further. Life after we receive our diplomas will not be a new beginning, but rather a continuation. No matter where you end up in life, and no matter how much your surroundings will change, you'll always be there with yourself every single step of the way. Never undermine your capabilities, and always stand by your own side. All of you are worth so much. The truth is, most of us won't even see each other again after tonight, and as bittersweet as it may be, it should also be reassuring. We're going to enter a new stage of our lives. We'll meet new people and find out who we could become. Our lives are about to get crazy, and I'm so happy that I'm able to say that I've shared the first part of my journey with everyone in front of me. If it was possible to say thank you to the Calloway County School District a million times over, I would. This may very well be the last time I see our graduating class of 2023 at the same place at the same time, but I hope our paths may cross again. Maybe this time as better people. I'll see you all again when the stars align. Thank you for all the good times.
Hello. Before I begin my speech, I'd like to honor a promise I made to Mr. Robert Norsworthy, and I'm here to teach everybody his signature greeting. It goes like this: fist bump, explode, call it in. Everybody do it. Fist bump, explode, call it in. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty, proud parents, and fellow graduates, today marks a significant milestone in our lives. A moment when we bid farewell to the classrooms that shaped us, the teachers who inspired us, and many of the friends who stood by us. As we gather here to celebrate our achievements, I plead you to remember this single idea: leave an impact. Wherever you may go, make it your goal to leave your mark on some facet of society. Throughout our academic journey, we have learned valuable lessons beyond textbooks and exams. We have discovered that it's not merely our accomplishments that define us, but the influence we have on those around us. Each step we take, every word we speak, and every action we choose has the potential to touch lives and shape the world we inhabit. As valedictorians, we stand here today because we have strived for excellence. We have pursued knowledge, challenged boundaries, and surpassed expectations. But let us remember that true success is not measured solely by the accolades we have earned. It is also measured by the lives we have touched and the difference we have made in our communities. Leaving an impact means more than just establishing a reputation for success. It means leaving behind a legacy of kindness, empathy, and compassion. It means being the voice for the voiceless, standing up for what is right, and uplifting those who need it most. Whether we embark on further education, enter the workforce, or forge our own path, let us carry this understanding with us. Even the smallest actions can have the most profound effects. A kind word can brighten someone's day. A helping hand can lift someone up. As we venture into the world, we will face challenges and uncertainties, but let us not be discouraged. Instead, let us see these obstacles as opportunities to make a difference. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, be the change you wish to see in the world. For it is through our actions that we inspire others to follow suit. Graduates, we have been given the tools, the knowledge, and the skills to make a lasting impact. Let us use them wisely and responsibly. Let us strive not only for personal success, but also for the betterment of society. As we bid farewell to Calloway County High School, let us carry the spirit of leaving an impact wherever we go. Congratulations, class of 2023. Let us go forth and leave a lasting mark in the world. I wish every one of you a successful future. Thank you.
We move this up a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Fellow graduates, I am honored to come before you and address you all one last time before we continue into our futures. I cannot tell you how thankful I am that I got to share this high school experience with you. This is like the top one senior year that I've had. The best parts of these years were not getting good grades, though, winning competitions, being in clubs, or going on trips. The best part of the past 12 years are the relationships that I've formed with the people around me. Now, that may sound surprising to you since, if you know me, I'm not that big of a people person, but I sincerely believe that the connections we make, whether acquaintances or deep friendships, are instrumental in shaping our personalities, lifestyles, and identities. Many of the fondest memories I have with people are merely those that involve a conversation over an interesting topic. It is possible that we learn just as much from our closest friends as we do in the classroom. We can all recall a time where we sat around and just talked about the newest movies, the coolest video games, the best cars, maybe even our celebrity crushes. These conversations, though, serve a greater purpose in our lives than just letting us talk about things we like. Every interaction we have deepens or weakens a connection with another person. Without realizing it, I have made so many friends and a few enemies just by how I treated them in these interactions. And the importance of making every interaction count cannot be understated, as each one has the possibility to make or break a relationship. The circle of people that we build around us also begins to shape us as well over time. The saying that you are the sum of the people around you highlights the impact that others can have on your life's course. To prove it, think of yourself in elementary school and compare it to yourself after you met your core group of friends. If that's too painful, you can use little bowl cut Isaac Martin as an example. As a third grader, you probably thought that you were going to be an MLB player, live in space, and have a house made out of Legos, while senior year has probably tempered your expectations a little bit, and you want to be a scientist, live out in the country, but maybe you still want to have a house made of Legos. Who knows? This change does not happen overnight, though, and our growth does not come by virtue of our own desires to mature. It comes from the friends, teachers, and parents surrounding us. As you all hopefully know, friendships and relationships go both ways. Therefore, you are constantly leaving an impact on those around you. One of my greatest regrets, not just in high school, but for my entire life, is that there are so many people that I never took the time to converse with or have that meaningful interaction with. I remember my dad telling me once that the amount of people you will get a chance to engage with more than once is many times smaller than the amount of people that you will see once and pass by without a second thought. I can see that it's insane to say that you can affect every person in your life, but what about the guys you talked to last week at the party, or the girl that you met at the restaurant last week, or the teacher whose class you were in, but you don't really know? Each of these is a relationship that can blossom into something wonderful. It is my responsibility and your responsibility to affect those around us and develop connections with them. Just as we have been grown into the people we are today by our peers, we must do the same for others. I'm sorry I had to assign y'all some life homework, but this is the driving force of the human species. We are driven towards social connection and community. We find fulfillment and meaning in relationships. This whole time I've been trying to nail the bottom line that relationships are everything. Nothing in this world is independent. Everything is affected and changed by everything else. The kid you were nice to in second grade could grow up to be the next great activist. The teachers that taught you art may have uncovered in you a hidden desire to create. The universe is built on the relationships between science and religion, between space and time, between pleasure and pain, between friend and foe, and between person and person. Once you realize the strength of the impact you can make, not just on the world, but the person next to you, meaning is found. Lakers, the time has come to go forth and make waves. Remember, in the immortal words of Chris King, no matter the time, no matter the place, no matter the joy, no matter the pain, it is always a great day to be a Laker. Thank you.
Okay, there is a lot of people here tonight, but To the graduating seniors of the class of 2023, I want to congratulate all of you for your accomplishments in making it to this pivotal point in our lives. Throughout our academic careers, we have been taught what it truly means to be a Laker. We have grown into a team that supports each other, respects each other, and expects nothing less than everyone's best effort. Over the past 12 years, we have developed into an outstanding crew that has built some amazing ships that will help us weather any storm. The first is scholarship. Scholarship stems from the curiosity and desire to learn. It is not about what everyone scored on the last math test or who got a 36 on the ACT. It is about our education and how it prepared us to continue to succeed beyond the classroom. All of us may not need to know what the Pythagorean theorem is, but school has taught us the importance of being resourceful, working hard, and finding solutions to problems we may not fully understand. Our class is made up of intelligent young adults, and we will continue to demonstrate this for the rest of our lives. Next is mentorship. Mentorship requires us to work together to support the personal growth and professional success of our peers. Many of us have had the opportunity to mentor with our amazing faculty, staff, and community. We can use what they have taught us as a guide for our future careers. Relationships. Relationships are created by the connections we make. Some of the relationships we develop in high school will last a lifetime. It is important to make connections with the people around you because you never know what opportunities are in store. As a crew, we will forever be linked together as Calloway County High School's graduating class of 2023. Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship has taught us how to be fair whether on the field or in the classroom. It is learning to be gracious in winning or losing. It has taught us how to be respectful to one's opponent. These qualities are needed in life because there are no such things as participation medals in the real world. Craftsmanship. Craftsmanship focuses on the quality and efforts of our work. Lakers put in their best efforts to be the greatest. With that comes our success. We have won multiple championships and awards because of the efforts we put both inside and outside the classroom. All of us are decorated in caps, gowns, and tassels because of the hard work that we put in every single day to be the best that we can be. These ships that we have built led us to the most important one, leadership. Leadership is how we influence, motivate, and maximize the best efforts of others to achieve goals that might not have been seen as possible. Effective leadership enables followers to succeed. It sets direction, builds a vision, and adapts as circumstances change. Leadership is about mapping out where you need to go to win as a team. It is dynamic, exciting, and inspiring. The ships we have built since we were younger are finally ready to set sail towards our future successes. Soon we will throw our hats towards the sky, wave goodbye, and set out for the open seas and the adventures that await us. Take advantage of every opportunity, whether you go to college, trade school, enter the workforce, or join the military. Remember, you will always be a Laker. Set sail and let life's storms prove the strength of our anchors. Congratulations, Calloway County High School's class of 2023. We made it.
Good evening, class of 2023. Success is a hard concept to quantify or identify, but I believe being successful in life is a lot like growing sweet potatoes. Most of you have probably never grown sweet potatoes and never will, but hopefully I hope you know that they grow underground. When starting your potatoes in the spring, you first need to root your slips. Slips are the little rooted sprouts that grew out of your existing potatoes. These slips are the beginning of your journey to success. Everything starts with an idea, a goal, or a dream, and that is what this slip is. Rooting it is a catalyst for your journey of sweet potatoes and your journey to success. For the rest of the spring and summer, you spend your time taking care of your plants. They needed to be weeded and watered like all plants do, but in addition, the vines need to be tended to. Sweet potato vines spread and root themselves in the ground like the distractions can in your journey to success. About once a week, every vine must be lifted up to ensure all the energy goes to your tater, rather than creating small roots all across your garden. Success requires focus on a goal, and this uprooting that you do to the vines is you refocusing. All the diligent work is necessary to achieve your goals. Your dreams will not come easy, and you won't succeed without putting in the effort. But if you work towards your goals every day, you will reach them. Many times, however, you will not be able to see your progress. You will feel as if nothing is improving or getting better. But I promise things are changing. Just like you can't see the potatoes grow underground, your progress will be veiled as well. Eventually, your goals will be realized, and the fruits of your labor will be known. Last fall, we dug up 800 pounds of potatoes. We couldn't have guessed our plants would be that fruitful, but they were. When all your results are unveiled, you will find the joy and satisfaction of achievement like you do at harvest. Going forward, I hope that you find success in whatever your future plans are, and I wish you the best of luck and a fruitful harvest. Thank you, and good luck.
I'm looking at everyone here who has spent countless hours preparing for this day, and I can't help but think, wow. They'll just let anyone graduate nowadays, huh? Despite that, I would like to start off by giving you all a big congratulations for making it this far, regardless of how you did it. It's time for us to all go our separate ways and begin our path to creating our dream self. We will have the freedom to choose our career, potential education, and who we spend our time with. On the topic of people who we spend our time with, I'd like to use my 15 seconds in the spotlight to shout out some people who really made my high school experience. First up is Miss Gray. She's one of the kindest and funniest people I know, and she has done so much to help me with the subject that I will hopefully become very familiar with in my career. There's also Mrs. Fritchie, who always lightened the mood during class, all the while trying to get things done. She was always willing to add a couple extra individual study students, and she never failed to make me laugh. I also want to give her an extra shout out for calling me while I was crying and walking 3 miles away by the keg when I got lost going to Lovett, from the street across from Lovett. Lastly, I'd like to give a shout out to the teacher who always makes everyone feel like family, Mrs. Parrish. I asked her so many irrelevant questions even after I finished her class. I feel like she allowed me to be myself, and I always have fun with her in Spanish club. And thank you all, every other teacher, for being there and for being here for all of the students. Thank you to both of my parents, mostly because I have to say that, or else I look like a brat, but also because you both have raised me to be who I am. I look up to both of you so much for your careers, to your values, to your close friendships. You are both really the most amazing people in the world, and I really, really, really hope I can be like you in almost every way. I love you. I was really hoping to make my mom cry, but I'm pretty sure she was crying on the drive here. So I guess I succeeded. Also, I would like to thank my sister, Aubrey Neighbor, for allowing me to call her out during an assembly in front of the entire school, and here again. A tip for you younger siblings, never tell your older sister that you will cry if they call you out, because they will. And I suppose that leaves my brother. Thanks, Colin, I guess. Lastly, thank you all. You didn't have a choice whether to be here or not, as evidenced by many of my friends who are on the verge of truancy. I want to thank you for making my high school experience not absolutely detestable. This day means different things to different people. For me, it means I get to delete Life 360. For all of us, this means we've reached a huge stepping stone in our lives. Thank you, and may He give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. Psalms 24.
You all look very nice today. So, it is finally the moment we have all been waiting for. We will receive our diplomas in just a few minutes, so let's soak in these last few minutes together as high schoolers. I am proud to be a part of the Calloway County class of 2023. Despite the hardships we faced throughout our 4 years, we were resilient and prevailed. Our class is full of bright minds, future leaders, hard workers, and even better people. I may be a little biased, but I think our class is the best that has ever walked the halls of Calloway County High School. At the beginning of this week, I realized that this is the last time we will all be together in the same room. I have attended school with many of you for 12 years and some of you for only 1 or 2. But it is sad to think that after this summer, we will be spread across Kentucky or farther. While this moment may be bittersweet, I know our class will go on to do amazing things. The encouragement and support from our teachers, administrators, and families have helped us figure out where to go next. Our class is filled with amazing people, and I cannot wait to see where we go from here. As we spend these final moments together, remember that we are Lakers for life, so let's make it a great day to be a Laker and be excellent in all that we do.
Hello again. It is an honor to get to speak at a graduation as a valedictorian. As Ted Kennedy once said, it is important to take issues seriously, but never to take ourselves too seriously. I would like to thank some of my mentors that pushed me to academic excellence, Ms. Ritchie in office skills, my geography coach, Jaden Morris, and Ollie Khatib. Last week at Porter Chambers' campout, shout out to Porter, I was reminded about the value of education when Truck Johnson attached jumper cables backwards on Connor Dickinson's car battery. I would also like to thank Preston Calloway for his perpetual hospitality on the weekends. It is crazy to realize how many doors are open to you when you try new things. For example, going on adventures with Ollie Khatib has opened many doors for me this year, such as meeting Jacob Wilson, John Tandy, and Matt B. himself. Another example is a few months ago, I began to go to the gym. Shout out to my gym partners, Hunter Weinbarger, Ezra Fudd, Isaac Martin, and Ollie Urali. Anyways, thank you, Ms. Gray and Ms. Ringer for the academic team coaching. Thank you, Mr. Grooms for the running help, and thank you, Mr. Thomas, for your dedication to the tennis team. Shout outs also go out to Ethan King, Cadwell Turner, David Fudd, Ethan Kane, Jacob and Zach Aiken, Miguel, Daniel Puckett, Dominic Cashin, Aiden Farley, Sebastian Camfield, Will Adam Church, Seth Stovall, Caden Johnson, Adam and Ian Dunn, Aiden Poston, Tommy Gomez, and Miss Ons. On a more serious note, this moment would not have been possible without my parents. Both of my parents were born and raised in rural Mexico. My dad, Javier, is one of 9 children. Growing up, he did not have the resources to finish middle school. In 1985, at the age of 19, he came to America for the first time by crossing the Rio Grande. From there, he and his group walked for 8 days in the desert until they reached El Dorado, Texas. To survive, they killed 2 goats along the way, which I'm so glad I don't have to do. He has many interesting stories about his early days in America, but he has continued to work tirelessly in this country. Much of the money he received has been sent back to Mexico to support his family. For the past 4 decades, my dad's dedication to his family has not faltered. My mom, Carolina, is the oldest of 7 children. From an early age, she had to help my grandparents take care of her younger siblings. At age 18, she came to America for the first time to work as a nanny in Los Angeles for 2 years while sending much of the money she earned back to Mexico. She and my dad had 3 children in Mexico, Jose, Jorge, and Flor, before my dad brought them all to America in 2003. My parents always wanted their children to have more educational opportunities than they had. Their hard work ensured that I could focus my studies all the way through high school, or on my studies all the way throughout high school. Their work ethic inspired me to get to this point now. Their lives are a testament to the fact that the American dream still exists. One final shout out to Drs. Wall and Amy Mangwa for their continued support over the years. Always remember that everyone has a story and that respect and kindness will make you a happier person. Thank you to the entire Callaway County School District for these past 14 years. Long live Callaway County.
Firstly, I would like to say congratulations for making it through several speeches today. And secondly, I would like to say that I'm sorry, because here's another one. Bear with me, because I believe I have something equally as important to say to you all. Throughout this ceremony, we have heard from our distinguished valedictorians about the years that have shaped us, the futures we will explore, and the impacts we will leave behind. Their words have undoubtedly inspired us, and their visions of success have ignited a fire within us. However, today I would like to take a different approach and impart upon you all a final message that I believe is equally as crucial. While the future is entirely what we make it, I implore you all to remember that we cannot hope to change the course of history alone. Finding common ground with our peers is imperative. Common ground is respect. Common ground is compassion. Common ground is integrity. Common ground is love. Common ground is hope. Common ground is light. In my 18 years, if I have learned nothing else, it is that when people have shared experiences, beliefs, or interests, it becomes much easier to understand each other's perspectives and engage in meaningful conversations. It promotes active listening and empathy. If we truly want to change the world, we must begin with a change in our attitudes and our actions. Change does not stem from hatred or discrimination. Change does not stem from confining yourself to the bubble in which you have always lived. Change begins by looking within. Today, I want each of you to take that first step toward creating a guiding light for finding that common ground. In the words of the poet Amanda Gorman, in every nook of our nation and every corner called our country, our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When the day comes, we step out of the shade of flame and unafraid. The new dawn balloons as we free it, for there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we are brave enough to be it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Just a few quick things before we get started here. First of all, valedictorians, excellent job. Mr. Dykus in the choir, fantastic. Mr. Calcamuccio in the band, perfect. I was there the first day you guys started that piece. You sounded great. I'd like to recognize 3 of our faculty members who are retiring this year. Miss Denise Steele, Miss Lisa Harrison, and Mr. Ed Chapman. Together they combined for 80 years of service in education. We're sorry to see you go, but we wish you the best of luck. To the senior class, to my first senior class as principal, I couldn't have asked for anything more. Our numbers are growing in our clubs. Our numbers are growing on our teams. The band is going to be full next year. We've got more kids in choir than ever before, and a lot of that comes from your leadership. When we have good senior leadership, kids want to be a part of it, and you've done exactly that. You have a lot to be proud of in your past, but remember, commencement is a beginning, not an end. So go out there and be great at whatever it is you're doing. If you're going to the workforce, if you are going to the military, if you're continuing your education, whatever you're going to do, use this as a springboard and be great at whatever it is that you put your mind to. And with that, prepare to receive your diplomas. Our first presenter tonight is Miss Deanne Anderson. Caleb Bryan. Allison Burgess. Distinguished honor graduate Samuel Chapman. Abigail Cooksey. Distinguished honor graduate Harley Davis. Ella Dodd. Distinguished honor grad Jonathan Durham. Luke Freiberger. Distinguished honor graduate Awen Gessler. Aniston Hart. Honor graduate Caitlin English. Distinguished honor graduate, Macy Kirks. Honor graduate, Sophie Lax. Honor graduate, Patrick Powers. Justin Reed. Chloe Rogers. Distinguished honor graduate, Isaac Saxon. Honor graduate, Carly Shepard. Honor graduate, Shane Stewart. Honor graduate, Benjamin Thompson. Kylie Tyson. Our next presenter is Miss Kimberly Barrett. Distinguished honor graduate, Kylie R. Cooper. Cassandra Heilman. Kathleen Joyce Queller. Honor graduate, Hannah Peters. Our next presenter is Miss Shannon Boyd. Lindsay Beber. Distinguished honor graduate and valedictorian, Emma Boyke. Our next presenter is Mr. Brendan Brooks. Dalton Jesse. Our next presenter is Mr. Greg Butler. Ulysses Henry. Callie Weaver. Our next presenter is Mr. Nick Calcamuccio. Carrie Bean. Jackson Cash. Victor Clayton. Abby Kay. Distinguished honor graduate and valedictorian Hannah Nix. Jackson Roberts. Ella Tucker. Our next presenter is Mr. Taylor Caldwell. Distinguished honor graduate Rebecca Gross. Distinguished honor graduate Adam Ramsey. Our next presenter is Mr. Ed Chapman. Jonathan Joyner. Our next presenter is Mr. C.J. Dial. Distinguished honor graduate Kate Anderson. Alex Gingerwalski. Distinguished honor graduate Bree Lucas. Juan Ontiveros Torres. Hannah Thompson. Our next presenter is Mr. Mark Dykus. James Hall. Kaylin Riddle. Alicia Stafford. Our next presenter is Miss Jennifer Ernstberger. Jonita Banks. Carly Cashin. Caitlin Childress. Jesse Durham. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Emerson Grogan. Alexis LaForce. Honor Graduate, Anna Locke. Travis Runyon. Cody Smith. Honor Graduate, London Smith. Ressie Walton. Our next presenter is Dr. Jacob Falwell. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Emma Arnett. Caden Brooks. Aiden Clinton. Griffin French. Caleb Gillum. Luke Hale. Distinguished Honor Graduate and valedictorian, Jenny McCulchick. Brandon Nyert. Weston Tolley. Our next presenter is Mr. Cade Frazier. Caden Boland. Joshua Darnell. Joseph Parr. Josiah Sparks. James Starnes. Gabriel Wofford. Our next presenter is Miss Ashley Fritchie. Distinguished Honor Graduate and Valedictorian, Inas Abu Al-Hajja. Honor Graduate, Andrew Adams. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Sam Allen. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Emma Bess. Alyssa Dick. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Connor Dickinson. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Caitlin Gardner. Distinguished Honor Graduate and Valedictorian, Sophie Henley. Trace Johnson. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Kana McDonald. Elizabeth Morrow. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Abigail Mott. Distinguished Honor Graduate and Valedictorian, Sydney Neighbor. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Maddie Overby. Aiden Poston. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Addison Schumacher. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Miranda Sheridan. Distinguished Honor Graduate, Lily Thorne. Our next presenter will be Miss Amy Futrell. Malachi Gilks. Bethany Joyner. Kai Luffman. Our next presenter will be Miss Erica Gray. Distinguished Honor Graduate and Valedictorian, Ethan Kane. Distinguished Honor Graduate Drake Calhoun. Reese Kimbrough. Distinguished Honor Graduate Davin Lewis. Distinguished Honor Graduate and valedictorian Isaac Martin. Landon McCartney. Distinguished Honor Graduate Casey Monteleone. Distinguished Honor Graduate and valedictorian Cesar Vieta. Our next presenter will be Mr. Jonathan Grooms. Honor Graduate Dominic Cashin. Distinguished Honor Graduate David Foote. Distinguished Honor Graduate Daniel Puckett. Our next presenter will be Miss Lisa Harrison. Dylan Duff. Cody Frazier. Abigail Henson. Caleb Kurswell. Tuesday Moore. Our next presenter will be Mr. Dan Hicks. Tristan Fitch. Ross Kearns. Our next presenter will be Miss Angela Hoback. Priscilla Hernandez. Our next presenter will be Miss Kathleen Holman. Maria Guadalupe Alvarez Nolasco. Tori Fuzel. Preston Guthrie. Justin Morgan. Isaac Schwepker. Distinguished honor graduate, Isaac Schwepker. Our next presenter will be Miss Molly Imes. Distinguished honor graduate, Kara Buchanan. Honor graduate, Olivia Lane. Our next presenter is Mr. Bruce Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, it was only a matter of time before I made a mistake. So if that's the only one I make today, we're going to be all right. Honor graduate, Olivia Lane. Dalton Puckett. Distinguished honor graduate, Cadwell Turner. Our next presenter is Miss Stacy Lee. Edward Gore. Our next presenter is Miss Rebecca Lewis. Ivy Bright. Ethan King. Our next presenter is Mr. Damian Lovelace. Distinguished honor graduate, Kaya Bigley. Our next presenter is Miss Kelly Lyles. Travis Morgan. Emily Olson. Cheyenne Spencer. Our next presenter is Miss Brianna Maupin. Lauren Swisher. Our next presenter is Miss Samantha Mayo. Distinguished honor graduate, Madison Minker. Our next presenter is Mr. Jamie McDaniel. Braden Pingle. Our next presenter is Mr. Josh McKeel. Gabriel Murphy Clark. Gabriela Roblero. Our next presenter is Mr. Mitchell McNutt. Ian Drummond. Dylan Price. Our next presenter is Miss Cassie Miller. Honor graduate, Cadence Bryan. Our next presenter is Miss Abby Montgomery. Honor graduate, Carson McReynolds. Our next presenter is Miss Elizabeth Knapp. Dalton Cobb. Our next presenter is Miss Natasha Parrish. Tayshawn Begay. Brianna Billington. Chloe Kelly. Kendra McGarry. Haley McKinney. Jasmine Ramirez. Dylan Schroeder. Our next presenter is Mr. Brian Provine. Bryn Rogers. Faith Tompkins. Our next presenter is Miss Brooklyn Sammons. Atlanta Harris. Our next presenter is Mr. Trace Settle. Devin Dong. Our next presenter is Mr. Jeff Slayton. Honor graduate, Brenya Allred. Austin Bell. Aiden Edwards. Distinguished honor graduate, Caden Johnson. Distinguished honor graduate and valedictorian, Kerrigan McManus. Distinguished honor graduate, Vivian Slayton. Honor graduate, Kaliko Sparrowhawk. Daniel Spielman. Honor graduate, Seth Stovall. Honor graduate, Hunter Weinbarger.
Our next presenter, Mr. Steve Smith, Nathaniel Curlin. Luke Heaster. Nicholas Selman.
Our next presenter is Miss Lane Springer. J.C. Dunn. Shaylin Ferris. Wesley Higgins. Trinity Nance. Peter Very. Grayson Rogers. Distinguished honor graduate and valedictorian, Elnora Wisman. Casey Windsor. Our next presenter will be Miss Denise Steele. Alexis Aguero. Our next presenter will be Mr. Ron Thompson. Selden Herndon. Our next presenter will be Miss Nicole Vaughn. Honor graduate Molly Clark. Distinguished honor graduate and salutatorian Haley Dawson. Distinguished honor graduate Gracie Friedrich. Honor graduate Addison Haven. Honor graduate Madison Johnson. Distinguished honor graduate Cohen McCartney. Distinguished honor graduate Delaney McClure. Honor graduate Sydney Miller. Kaylee Nair. Distinguished honor graduate Joanna Sosa. Abigail Sullivan. Emma Turley. Our next presenter is Miss Katie Walls. Dustin Hayden. Distinguished honor graduate Connor Thorne. Our next presenter is Mr. John Williams. Honor graduate Kylie M. Cooper. Honor graduate Michaela Crowner. Adam Dunn. Raceland Furlow. Our next presenter is Dr. Miranda Wilson. Preston Calloway. Give him a chance to get out there. Mr. Settle, I present to you the Calloway County High School class of 2023.
Graduates, at this time, I'll ask that you please rise. Please move your tassel on your cap from the right side to the left. By the powers granted to me by the Kentucky Department of Education and the Callaway County Board of Education, it is my distinct honor and privilege to recognize you as the 2023 graduating class of Callaway County High School. Congratulations, and may God bless the future He has prepared for you. Go Lakers!